Hello there. Now, as we were walking around, you know, getting a good to go bags, we stumbled across this lovely street here. There's like a Christmas market in within York and all that. York Christmas market, and now they've got the lights up already. There seems to be quite a few people around in the area, to be fair. It looks like a very busy niche market and stuff. I know that Edinburgh market as well now. They do a Christmas market up there as well, don't they? Well, this seems to be quite good for being. I never knew it was actually in York. I only knew about the one in Edinburgh, to be fair. He's always chasing everyone, isn't he? Going places and stuff. Yeah, there's some of the stores. You can grab yourself some knitted gear. There's got loads of niche little businesses and stuff as well. There seems to be quite a lot of hot chocolates, a lot of food vendors, street food and stuff that are along here as well. So get yourself down to York and all that if you feel like you want to see some of this Christmas market, because you're definitely missing out on a few good things around here, and some little trinkets and gifts and stuff for their loved ones this Christmas as well. So yeah, we're gonna head back to the motorhome now, get ourselves tucked into this food and stuff that we've got, and try and find a better place to park, I think, as well. We're right next to York Dungeons, where we've parked at the minute, but I don't think we can park there tonight. But yeah, we should definitely have a little dig down here tomorrow before we shoot off. But during tomorrow we've got, well, this is going to be on tomorrow's video actually. So later on today, if you know what I mean, we're going to go around the York walls and the shambles and stuff and show some history. So stay tuned. Good morning, happy campers, feast and beast here, you know, back again. We've just woke up not long from the York Dungeons. We did move the car from last night. We've just went past the Christmas market, which we did show off last night. We'll be on this video like an earlier clip, because I don't know. But anyway, we've got the shambles here. So the myth of the shambles, anyway, is one of the York's most famous streets. It's quite narrow, crooked, packed with medieval sort of charms, but over the years a few myths and stories have grown around it. So the myth that inspired the Dragon Alley on Harry Potter was probably one of the biggest things here. It was J.K. Rowling's confirmed that she never actually visited this place when she was writing the books, but still the reminiscences are so strong within many fans. And anyway, as you can see, we've got a nice shop right here which has all the wizarding wands and all the wizarding sort of things from Harry Potter. As we continue down the road, you do see the Society of Alchemists there on the right, which is so you've got a lot of myths and stuff. It's definitely around surrounding the Harry Potter era and the Alley of Dragon's Alley. Anyway, still remembering the myth of the hanging meat hooks, so you'll still see these metal hooks when you're walking down and outside these sort of shops. As you can see there's some metal hooks along here and stuff like that. But this was simply called the butcher's hooks. The shambles are used in line with the butcher's hooks, and the meat would hang there from the waist back in the day, hence the name shambles, from the old world shambles, meaning stalls or benches where butchers worked. The myth of the narrow design around this lovely cobbled street is to keep out the rain and prevent items from being dropped onto people from below. And the jetrid architecture was also back in the day, it was to avoid taxes, because the upper floor could be built then to the ground floor without increasing taxes. So people would build upwards and outwards rather than investing in the lower properties and paying the tax. But anyway, the ghost hauntings and stories along this shambles as well. People has reported seeing a ghostly cat darting around the street, shadows from the old butcher shops, and also the spirit of a young lady seen near the old slaughterhouses. These stories are mostly all folklore, but they've added the street's mysterious atmosphere, and especially at night, you're able to definitely have some supernatural connection within this street, and you can definitely feel the energy and the auras around here, I definitely believe. Well, in summary anyway, it is filled with myths, some spooky, some magical, some simply misunderstandings of the medieval life and the medieval era. Even though it's not all legends are true, they are added to the charm and to make the shambles one of the most talked about streets in England. So if you like to come down to York and see one of these streets and see some of the the lovely local businesses and stuff along the street. I definitely suggest you come down here, and if you're interested in Harry Potter or supernatural suspicions and stuff like that, it's definitely a place to visit on your bucket list. Just driving along to the next destination there, along to the York Walls and stuff, and I thought I'll just take a lovely video of a Merry Christmas, because it's just starting to snow here in York. Yep, come on, the Christmas babes.
I'm a happy fella.
The York Walls, it is absolutely lashing it down with snow over here, but it's absolutely lovely. What a lovely, magnificent view. We've actually got the Ministry and Monastery just over there, as you can see in the background. But I'll talk about the perfect circle of the walls. The truth is, that's not a circle at all. The walls twist, curve, and have actually been lost due to many years and stuff, of the foundations and centuries of rebuilding. Parts of lost have actually been lost to rivers, roads, and even medieval politics. Well, the Romans built most of the walls. Only some foundations are actually Roman. Most of what you see today, stones, walkways and stuff like that, were built in medieval times, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, after the Romans actually left. There's a myth about a certain gate on this wall as we walk around. And on this wall, overnight, there is the monk bar used to trap criminals overnight with no food or water, causing hallucinations and visions. Well, the monk bar was actually used as a prison. Stories of torture, of darkness, are most exaggerated within the Victorian legends. Now, there's actually another myth about the headless Roman. Many ghost stories say that a headless Roman soldier would walk along the walls at night because of the spirit realm kept the original Romans hide. The myth came from a popular York ghost tour, but there's no historical record of the specific Roman death or the extracts of the spot. So it's mostly folklore, but it's become a very famous one along here. So as I come along here, the walls were built to keep the Vikings out back in the day. A very popular myth says that the walls were specifically built. The Vikings conquered York from inside the city. No giant siege were on the walls or nothing like that. It was almost like a Trojan horse sort of situation. So other English lords and Scottish raiders also came along during the siege and stuff like that, and came and took over York. The possible cause of the wall, the Walmgate bar as well. The legend was cursed, and one got after a violent attack. There was no evidence of the curse, but people still have this spooky claim and stuff like that. Because also at night, with the wind and the old timber shifting and stuff, people get a bit superstitious and a little bit unwary about their surroundings anyway. So anyway, I'm going to have to run off and get out of this flipping weather, like, because it's absolutely Baltic on the miles, like. So I'm going to run back. I've left Griff on the side there, just sitting in the van, just as I came up here to do a little wee video for you lot, just to tell you a little bit about the myth and the legend of the York Wall.
Hey, ready, move. Come here, son. Go get us. Come get us. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. What you doing, son? What you doing? Leave them fingers alone.
Well, we've just got back there in the Feast and Beast household anyway. They're going to stay here for the night, actually stay in a bed for the night. It's been a good couple of days since I've actually had a good sleep and stuff like that. But we've got a couple of things at home that we need to do and tie up. And then I think we're going to go back on the travels in the next few days or so. But yeah, there's definitely some content anyway that I would like to share and stuff like that out here in the northeast. So stay tuned if anyone's interested in anything like that. I think we've got a couple of temples and things that I would like to share the myths about that as well, right on our doorstep. So stay tuned and wait out for the next videos.